Jordan as he arrived earlier today, a shot before the game. Thanks for joining us for this special Saturday night presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Clark Kellogg and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. The Bulls happy to return to Chicago after the road trip, hoping for a better result here after a road loss to the Thunder. And a few plays here and there made the difference as Clark only lost by 3 points.
When they had chances at the line, they couldn't execute well enough. When you're giving up 5, 6, 7 points that you usually can count on at the line, it's going to make it awfully hard to win when you have those kind of giveaways.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Stuckey and Ripper in the backcourt. Jason Maxiell is out there with Wallace and Prince. Now let's send it down to Doris Burke, who is able to talk with John Kuester.
Kevin, he said at their own end of the court, it's interior defense that coach thinks will be their biggest asset. With the shot blockers they have, no easy baskets is their mantra today. They want to send a few back out, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. So defense is the key early on.
You know, it's not surprising, Kevin, when you think about the great team. So much of their game planning really starts at the defensive end of the floor.
Thinking about this Bulls team knocked out by Cleveland in round one, Joakim Noah said he wanted the Cavs, but maybe bit off a little bit more than he could chew in that statement.
Well, you know what? It wasn't for lack of effort on his part. I thought he produced at a high level. The Bulls just need to mature a little bit. And how's that for a little payback? A reminder for him that no good deed goes unpunished.
Well, you know those dunks, they get both teams going. Well, Coach John Kuester played for North Carolina back in college. Yeah, he was a defensive-minded guard, helped them reach the NCAA Finals in '77.
And, Kevin, he also played a handful of seasons in the NBA, then coached in college, 14 years as an assistant coach in the NBA, and last season he finally gets his opportunity to sit in the hot seat.
Michael Jordan again. Jordan's got his second bucket of the night.
That's exactly where the coach wants him to get his shot, Kevin, right there from mid-range.
Let's go with a three. No good from Hamilton. Well, Coach John Kuester, his first season as a head coach, has not been easy with this Detroit team.
No, the Pistons disappointed, and for the first time, coach, I think he's starting to feel that seat get a little hotter, although his team was injured quite a bit.
Rose against Stuckey. Now Maxiell over Boozer, and it's Maxiell, no good. After a disappointing 09 campaign for Deng, he came back as a force last season, Clark.
Well, with Luol Deng, it was the injuries that slowed him up, Kevin, the year before last, and it seemed like he was out looking to make up for all of the lost time, and he really stepped things up.
Here's Prince. Real disappointing game for him in that loss to Oklahoma City. Stuckey kicks to Hamilton, fires the three. Hamilton can't get that one to fall. And back to Deng, he saw his points jump back to about 17.5 a game and set a career high in rebounding as well.
Yeah, I like that fact. Rebounding the ball at a high level. And with Gordon out and in Detroit last year, you knew that they were going to have to pick up the scoring, and Deng really delivered with that.
All the competing players in the Pistons backcourt, Clark, how do you start divvying up the minutes?
Well, that's a coach's challenge. I mean, when you have a crowded position or a crowded backcourt in the case of Detroit, and you have offensive-minded guards, I think the players are going to have to determine where they best fit in and agree to be accountable in those areas.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Thomas comes in for Joakim Noah, and James Johnson is subbed in for Luol Deng. And the Pistons making a change here. Prince, the pass to Gordon, launches it. Thomas yanks down the defensive rebound. Clark, you think any of these guys are good enough to be in that Chauncey Billups category?
Well, he's a special player, Kevin. I mean, from a leadership standpoint, in terms of how he runs the team, the respect he demands from his teammates, boy, that's a huge player to kind of replace. I don't know if you can get there with what they've got now.
Ben Gordon on the wing. He's covered by Rose. Wallace outside. Shot clock at 5. Wallace right side. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Smart D forced him into taking that mid-range jump shot, and as you might expect.
And then Jordan slams it in.
Oh, my goodness. Nobody stopped the ball. The D made that much too easy for him.
Here's Stuckey. He's coming off a 16-point game against Oklahoma City. And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Joakim Noah is known for playing with so much passion and energy. He said, I feel I'm in a really privileged situation, playing at the highest level, making money, doing what I love to do. Not a lot of people get the chance to do that. That's why I really enjoy what I'm doing and always make the most of it. I owe that to the people who help me. Noah's zeal for life and the game, easy to see in the way he approaches it. Kevin?
Infectious enthusiasm, Doris. You see it every time he steps on the floor. So both teams changing it up here. Here's Jordan, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two. And that one misses.
At the line, Michael Jordan. 2 shots.
And he's good on the second.
Had a miss on that trip, but still made this a 2-possession lead.
Pistons trail by 4. Bynum kicks to Wallace. Back to Bynum. He's covered by Watson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Wallace. And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Joakim Noah. And the first one drops. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Here is Watson. Outside Jordan. With 4 seconds on the clock. Bounces high, but falls through. Jordan's got 12 in the game.
He's really one of the big reasons why they have the lead now. He's playing an extremely efficient game. It's fun to watch.
First quarter over, and big numbers up on the board. Bulls lead by 4.
They're playing lockdown D, Kevin.
Closely contested game here at the start of the second quarter. And the Pistons making a change here. Jordan in at shooting guard. Carlos Boozer out there with Dang. Then there's Ronnie Brewer and Rose. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Here's Rose. Had a tough time getting going against the Thunder. He was a non-factor in that game. Clark, the Pistons came in 12th place in the Eastern Conference last season. Record 27-55.
And their neighbors didn't take it easy on them either, Kevin. I mean, they went right at the Pistons, kicked them while they were down, only 6-10 against the Central Division.
Stuckey kicks to Hamilton from about 19 feet. That's good. Hamilton's got his second basket of the night. The Bulls leading by 5. Clark, the Bulls with 28 wins a year ago in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, and Kevin, they went 24-28 the year before that, so progress is being made, but more improvement has to happen if you're going to be more than a perennial 8 seed.
Boozer double-teamed. There's the double team with Hamilton. Jordan, shot misses. So Detroit will take it the other way. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
I don't think they brought the kind of intensity they needed to. They had a slow offense and really were a non-factor on defense.
So Clark, with the Bulls, what's missing for them? How do you get from a 7th or an 8th seed and move up a little bit?
Well, you've got to have an inside presence, Kevin. Boozer to pair up with Derrick Rose. Powerful presence inside.
Dang with the bucket. Carlos Boozer Clark is just one of the premier post scorers in the league today.
Yeah, 270 pounds. It's hard to move him off his spot. And then you combine that size and strength with really soft, good hands. That's a lethal combination down in the low post.
The first one falls. Rip Hamilton with his slender build, 6'7", about 195. He's a bit of a greyhound, always in motion.
And he's old school, too. Keeps it very simple, tough-minded, excellent in terms of how he conditions himself. You've got to be in shape to stay with him.
Joakim Noah, he's checked in for the Bulls. Gibson comes in for Ronnie Brewer. The Pistons making a switch here. Fades away. No good from Gibson. Pistons trailed by 3. Let's go to our great sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for an update. Doris?
Well, Kevin, an interesting combination of players for the Detroit Pistons, and there are questions about whether Rip Hamilton and Ben Gordon can work well together. They're both jump shooters who play well off the ball. Gordon said, people are going to say, yeah, those two definitely can't play together. But I look at myself as a combo guard. I see myself being able to exist in the game at the same time as Rip, being able to play off of him and make plays for him. Kevin, we'll see how this tandem works out.
Thank you, Doris.
Trying to find the right combination in the Motor City, that's going to be hard. You know, after some of the great teams they've had to go through this process of finding themselves again.
Here's Hamilton. Gets the bucket from 20 feet away. Hamilton's got 10 points. And here comes Rose. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Here's Jordan. Connects on the baseline jumper. And the Bulls lead by 3. Now the Pistons with it. They trail by 3. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
Coming from the same division, they'll play 3 more after tonight.
Here's Rose. 58 seconds left in the second. The alley-oop.
That should be absolutely illegal. Boy, they're getting vertical on us, Kevin. Look out below.
Now that's a couple of guys on the same page.
Working together.
Chicago making some changes. Carlos Boozer's checked in for Gibson. Korver comes in for Luol Deng. And it's Watson in for Derrick Rose. Detroit also making some changes. Ben Wallace, he's checked in for Wilcox. Villanueva comes in for Jason Maxiell. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Will Bynum. Clock management, this is where they can get a 2-for-1. Here's Boozer. Kept alive. And that one's good by Noah. Noah's got his first basket of the night.
Snares the offensive rebound and sends it home.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Wallace with the screen on Boozer. Here's Villanueva. Michael Jordan grabs the miss.
An outstanding pick there, and he still couldn't get the basket. Next time he gets a look that good, he's got to make it count.
Got a hand on it. Now here's Prince. That will count. Shot, no good. That'll do it for the first half.
We'll just take a look at what Jordan's done tonight. He's got 16 points and 1 rebound. He put it all together in that first half.
From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment.
Welcome to HP at the Half. The NBA season is just getting underway. Out at the United Center, the Bulls have the lead against Detroit. They're looking to get back to 500 before they find themselves in a hole way too deep for this early in the season. They played gritty D and have been hauling in the defensive rebounds. Luol Deng's getting it done through 2 quarters. He ended up with a few points and has gone to work on the glass. A lot of points being put up between these.
So the start of the third quarter here, and it's been a close game, and we'll see if either team can get an edge. Here is Stuckey.
Well, the story for Detroit last season was their big money acquisitions of Ben Gordon and Charlie Villanueva. On paper, that looked pretty good, but unfortunately, it wasn't the smoothest of starts for those two.
And on the floor for John Kuster, starting the second half. Stuckey and Rip are in the backcourt. Jason Maxiell is out there with Tayshaun Prince and Wallace. Stuckey with it. Fires top of the key. Michael Jordan grabs the miss. And Clark, do you think that Villanueva and Gordon will be able to turn the corner in Detroit, or do you think it's just a case where perhaps they overspent?
Well, I'm not quite ready to go there yet, Kevin. Clearly, those were two huge financial acquisitions. Both struggled with some injuries during the course of the year. I think you need to give it maybe a little more time to see if it can pan out for them.
On defense, Chicago, following the shot by Tayshaun Prince. Here's Rose. Not on the scoreboard yet. Jordan. Oh!
Get up there, boy. Forget about it. That was spectacular.
I think that got both benches off their seats.
Yeah, they're still standing.
Here's Stuckey. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Here's Stuckey. Hamilton with a screen on Rose. Here's Prince. Another miss by Prince.
Tayshaun Prince is one of the few pieces left on those great Piston teams along with Rip Hamilton. But he had an injury-riddled season last year.
It's stolen by Rose. Guarded now by Tayshaun Prince. Outside Dang. Pass to Jordan. With the floater, and the bucket is good. Jordan's got 20. Too bad with Prince. The Pistons really could have used him. And Clark, what was a disaster of a season for him a year ago.
Yeah, it was hard to watch. I mean, I think his absence and the record illustrates exactly what he brings to the table. Leadership, consistency, and versatility. Well, it's clear they've got the advantage on the boards in this one, Kevin.
And, you know, they've definitely been more active under the glass, out rebounding, out hustling.
Yeah, and if they can continue to create those chances, Kevin, then their momentum, I think, will stay positive, and they'll be able to build on that.
Pistons trailed by 5. Knocked loose. Now Stuckey. Prince backing him down. Over Noah. Prince's shot is good. Prince has got his third basket of the night right there.
Well, he's playing a well-rounded game, and he's really helped them in a number of ways.
Shoots from 12. Michael Jordan again. And the Bulls lead by 5.
He's been a go-to guy for him here in the quarter, doing an outstanding job putting the ball in the basket.
Stuckey kicks to Hamilton. And no good. But close in that one, so he'll shoot 2. And here's what the Detroit Pistons schedule looks like. Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
It's been a good one for Hamilton. He has 14 points, and he's chipped in defensively with a steal as well.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Rose. No points for him. You know, for these Bulls last season, Clark, they had some drama in the locker room. Maybe people not seeing eye to eye in the front office and on the coaching staff.
Yeah, they certainly did. I would call it front office friction.
Yeah.
But yet, despite that, Kevin, good young talent. So whoever steps into that situation has something to work with.
Stuckey kicks to Maxeel. It's dumped off. Here's Prince. Kept alive. A second chance effort. Nice shot by Hamilton. Hamilton's got 18 points in the game.
He's got a sky-high field goal percentage, and that's because he's been working to get good looks.
Fires from 14. Jordan can't get that one to fall.
That's not something you'll see very often. Got the mid-range jumper he wanted, but off target.
Rodney Stuckey covered. It's blocked. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for the Bulls. Watson comes in for Derrick Rose. Charlie Villanueva's checked in for the Pistons. Gordon comes in for Richard Hamilton. Here's Jordan. He's got 22. Goes up. Rebound by Wallace.
He's not giving an inch on defense. He really bothered that shot.
Outside Gordon. He's picked up by Jordan. And it's Gordon missing. They can end up with a final possession depending on how they play the clock. And here is Noah. Left side, Jordan. Over Prince. That doesn't go either for Jordan.
He's had some problems finding the range here in this quarter.
Stuckey. Guarded by Jordan. Wallace. And jammed in for two good eyes and hands there. Set it up.
Plays like that are what makes this league so great. He's a special player.
I don't care if you're a fan of another team. You have to admire someone, Clark, who can make those types of plays. And so this one is tightly contested as we end the third. A fantastic game from Rip Hamilton in this one.
Yeah, not flashy.
Fourth quarter getting going here. It's time for our Sprite Spark of the Game report. Let's go to Doris Burke.
Well, Kevin, our spark of the game in this one, the stretch by the Pistons. Their offense heated up in the...
And a different look here for the Pistons. Ben Wallace, he's checked in for Monroe. Villanueva comes in for Jason Maxia. Urebko's checked in for Tayshaun Prince. And Richard Hamilton is subbed in for Ben Gordon. Stuckey kicks to Hamilton. Here is Villanueva. Over Gibson. Shot by Villanueva, no good.
They're putting bodies on bodies and cleaning up the misses.
Yeah, they're winning definitely the inside matchup right now. Here's Stuckey. Just over 3 minutes left to the fourth. Villanueva backing down. Over Gibson. Shot by Villanueva, no good.
He's been AWOL this quarter. When his team is down and in need of some scoring from him, he hasn't shown up.
So with Rhodes on the bench, here's the 5 for Tom Thibodeau right now. Jordan in a 2-guard. Bogans is out there with Taj Gibson. Then it's Watson and Thomas. Bogans can't get it to go.
You know, 9 out of 10 times he's making you pay on a wide open look like that. I guess that was number 10, though.
Stuckey with it. Shoots from 12. Gibson yanks it down off the glass.
This is one of the key reasons why they're losing. You have to get more production out of your core star player.
A shot by Jordan, no good. Pistons trailed by 8. And here is Villanueva. For 3. Thomas gets the board inside.
The defense hasn't let him get too many clean looks in this game. He's having trouble getting it done at the offensive end here, and I think you've got to credit the defense.
Time running out for the Pistons. 8-point game. Stuckey with it. Takes it up. Oh!
The old reversal. That was something else, wasn't it, Kev?
All of the things can do, Clark, is up at the top and didn't get him in the picture.
I think he was posterized.
Find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, guys, Tom Thibodeau had some advice for his team in that last timeout. He told his team they got to keep building this lead. He said, this is no time to coast, guys. Don't let them breathe. Don't give them any life. If we keep it up, they'll pack it in. Guys, back to you.
And thank you, Doris. Both teams deciding to change it up.
How about Michael Jordan in this one? He's got 24 points, and he's getting it done on the glass, too. He's carrying them right now. He's scored over half of their points.
So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
Well, Kevin, they need to crash the boards effectively here.
Here's Gordon. Shot is off. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Outside Rose. Into Noah. And smashed down.
That's a nice dive. What a dive. Distant inside and right on target.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're losing by 8. 1:20 left in the game. Here's Hamilton. He dishes it. Gordon up on top. Guarded by Jordan. And the basket by Gordon.
Really did a good job getting that ball deep in that possession. And it paid off.
And the action on hold, as it appears there's been an injury. Yep, he's definitely in a bad way out there right now. Tough to see.
Kevin, this is certainly one aspect of the game that you never want to see. Hopefully the injury's not too severe and he'll be able to return to action soon.
Ben Wallace, he's checked in for the Pistons.
That's just poor defense, Kevin. somebody's got to get back and defend the basket. Instead, they give up a rack-to-rack finish.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're down by 8. 1:03 left to the fourth. Ben Gordon's checked in for the Pistons. Here's Hamilton. Outside Gordon. Shoots the three. Michael Jordan grabs the miss.
I'm sure he'd like to have a do-over here. He just hasn't been able to make a significant contribution in this one. Yeah, we call it over now. They're doing whatever they want out there.
Here's Stuckey. 50 seconds left in the game. On the wing, Ben Gordon. He's picked up by Jordan. And the basket by Gordon.
Boy, what a tough competitor, partner. He's still contributing even with the injury.
Here comes Derrick Rose. He's guarded by Stuckey. Rose passes to Jordan. Shoots from 12. Kept alive. The kick out to Rose. Offside Rose. It's Jordan on the wing. Poked away. Maxiel with it. Here's Stuckey. He's off from 3. So it's Chicago winning this one. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
Well, that'll do it for us. For Clark Kellogg and Doris Burke, Kevin Harlan saying so long. And as we end the game, we bring you our Jordan Brand Player of the Game.